Let's talk about grocery prices. They are climbing faster than we've seen in nearly a year now. And many shoppers are feeling that strain on their budgets, that's for sure. A new USA Today report looks at how grocery prices have gone up by 29%. That's since before the COVID-19 pandemic.
At a time when we're told inflation has been solved. We're joined by USA Today's national consumer reporter, Betty Lynn Fisher, to talk about her story. Betty, thanks for joining us this morning. What's driving this recent spike?
Good morning. So, there's actually a lot of things that have been happening. So before even we started talking about inflation and tariffs, there were supply chain issues after COVID-19. There was Russia's invasion of Ukraine, which affected commodity and energy prices. There was the bird flu that affected egg prices. And then there's climate change, which there's been some droughts that have affected beef and coffee prices.
Yeah, I mean, Betty Lynn, this is I appreciate that this is multifaceted and you can't just flip a switch. So can we it's interesting to go back in terms of the timeline to before COVID-19, but it's hard not to inject politics. What about President Trump and his policies? Have you seen those helping or hurting inflation?
So, I think that currently, of course, current policies and tariffs are affecting prices that were already going up. So we'll use coffee as an example. Coffee prices were already starting to go up because of drought conditions in Brazil. Brazil actually supplies 30% of the United States coffee. And then now Brazil is subject to a 50% tariff. So you're going to have to expect that those prices are going to increase because those producers are going to turn those prices over to consumers.
Dave and I have
20% year over year. 20%.
That hurts us, Dave, because we like our coffee.
I'm a 3, 4, sometimes 5 cup a day guy.
Betty, do you have any tips for consumers what they can do, if anything, to try to stay within their budget?
Yeah, so I talked to David Ortega, who's a professor and a food economist at Michigan State. He gave a couple of suggestions. People always are going to be looking for deals. Compare prices when you're at the store, and consider moving to store brands or private label brands, because often they are very similar to the name brands, and you're not really going to compromise much on your quality.
I wish you had some tips on how to get your son to stop eating a pound of beef every day. Betty Lynn Fisher, thank you for being here. Please read her story on usatoday.com. Excellent work. Really appreciate you joining us here.
Dave, I think that what you need to realize is you have a teenage son. I had one of my best friend's moms said that she wished that teenage food could just come in one of those big bulk dry bags.
Yes.
And you could just scoop it into a bowl and add water, because that's what teenage food is, like that. You're going to be in this situation for a while.
For a long
with your
time.
son. Yeah.
Oh, he's out of the house next year.
Yeah.
So I just don't remember eating this way. A pound of beef last night, Jimbo.
It'll be on your bill from college for food service coming up.
That's true.